Hey friends, it's Cynthia with Life at the Nut House, and today I'm going to attempt to show you how I cut up a whole chicken. Now, whole chickens are much cheaper than if I were to buy it already cut up, or if I were to buy just the breast. I think the breast costs $1.89 to $2 a pound, and that's with the bone in it. If you get the bone out of it, it's $3 a pound. You could get legs and thighs probably for, if it's on sale, sometimes 99 cents a pound, but lately it's been over $1, like $1.39 or $1.49. But we really like the breast meat, and then some of my children like the thighs or the legs. So with a whole chicken, I'm going to be getting all of it, and I only paid $1.32 a pound. So what I do first is I cut off the leg and thigh, and you do that by just putting your knife right down through it. Then you're gonna pull the leg up until it comes out of socket, and then you'll cut right down between it, and that will be the leg and the thigh part. And we'll cut those up in just a minute into an individual thigh and leg. So like I said, it's only $1.32 a pound for this, and then I get the backbone and the wings so I can make stock with it, and I can also make stock out of what is left of the bones after we finish eating it. Now, to do the wing, you're going to hold up the chicken and then cut under the armpit, and it just comes right off. Now, it may look like I'm manhandling this chicken, or some parts I am manhandling this chicken, but that's just how I do it. It kind of looks gruesome sometimes, but that's just the way it goes. You'll have a fat line right here when I'm trying to cut the breast from the backbone, and you'll just take that down with your knife. On both sides it's almost a diagram of where to cut, and you'll cut straight down it. Now, I should have sharpened my knife before I started this, and it would have been a whole lot easier, but I never think ahead. So here I am doing the best that I can with this knife that needs sharpening. So I'm going to pull those apart, and then the breast right here, if you'll just cut a slit right there in the back, and you can pull it. See how it just cracked apart? And then cut that right down the middle. So anyway, I like to roast these in the oven, and to me they taste like similar to fried chicken without all the grease. And this is a meal that we have a lot because my children really love chicken, and this is just cheap and easy. And we do 2 chickens in my house to feed my teenage growing boys. So, I'm going to cut between the leg, snap the bone out, and then cut right around that bone. Now you have your thigh and your leg. We'll cut those up in a minute. Same thing, right down the side. Then there's the bone. There's the bone. So I'm gonna cut right around that. Hold the wing up and let it hold by itself. Underside, just bring your knife around under the armpit, let it hang, and now the fat line. Okay, to cut this leg and thigh part, you'll see the fat line running up and down. Cut right on that fat line. And if it doesn't go through, then you don't have it on the right spot to cut through that joint. And I do that a lot. I get in the wrong spot, so it's okay. So see right through that fat line, and then you'll have your thigh and your leg. So the backbone. So here I'm going to take the wings, the backbone, and go ahead and put it in a Ziploc bag and freeze it. So later I can make chicken stock with that. Now if you want to eat the wings, of course you can cook it alongside, but we don't really care for them. So I'm going to go ahead and get this in the refrigerator, I think, until it's time to cook dinner. Okay, so you can season this chicken however you like. I'm choosing some really fine salt, and then I'm going to add some seasoned salt, some black pepper, and then I add some cracked salt on the back. Now we all know, if we admit it, that chicken is pretty bland, so you really need to season it heavily. You can, especially with the salt, because it tastes so much better when you put salt on it on both sides liberally, and do not skimp on it, because it will make it taste really, really good. So with this chicken, we're going to have some fried okra, from my garden, and we're going to have some mashed potatoes. I did not show you how to make mashed potatoes because I'm assuming you know how. And the okra is from our garden where we canned it in 2023, and I do prefer canned okra over fresh. I know that sounds strange, but it's already salty, and then that batter sticks really good to it. It's delicious. Now this is going to go in a 400-degree oven until it looks like I want it to look, which is really golden brown and crispy. So I let it go for a long time, almost probably 45 minutes to an hour. And here is my okra that I canned. I'm going to rinse this off in cold water, and then we will heat some lard or coconut oil or whatever you want to use, and we'll start to fry it. So I'm going to go ahead and dry this okra off just a little bit. It doesn't have to be completely dry. In fact, I want it to be a little wet to stick to the flour. So I'm going to be using a combination of cornmeal and flour, about equal parts, I would say. And I'm just going to batter it up, and then we'll get it into the pan. Now you'll notice, normally I only use cast iron skillets. I mean, my antique skillets, my Griswold and my Wagner are my favorite, and I'm kind of addicted to picking them up. I only have 3 antique ones. The rest I've had probably 20 years of the Lodge. But the Antiques, if you can get one, oh, it is, oh man, you can't get a better pan to cook with. But I decided that I was going to use this ceramic pan that I use for scrambled eggs. And it didn't do like I wanted to. And I didn't show it on here, but I ended up using a cast iron skillet and the ceramic pan because there was just too much okra to fit into that pan, and it just wasn't getting crunchy like I wanted it to. So I don't know if you eat okra in wherever you live, but here in the South it's like a southern delicacy. You know, if somebody knows how to cook a good pan of okra with some mashed potatoes and maybe some butter beans, or speckled butter beans, especially those, it is just so good. So this meal turned out really delicious, and it was a low cost meal since we grew the okra, and the chicken was really cheap. And of course, potatoes are always an inexpensive option. So here's the fried okra, and then the mashed potatoes, and then the baked chicken, crispy like we like it. I hope you enjoyed this video, and leave me a comment down below. What are some of your favorite budget meals?